Hi guys, so I am back to show you my latest creation. I have really been into this junk journal thing, and this is the latest one that I've made. You already seen the previous one. That was my very first one, but this one I made into sewing theme. I didn't have a lot of sewing theme things, so a lot of it I made myself, but this is the one. So what I did was I altered a book, and I really liked the cover, so I just put some paper down. I reinforced the spine inside with craft text, and also what is it called, what some of the envelopes from, you know, the mailers, I forget what it's called. Anyway, it's really reinforced. 90% of this is all stitched. I have 5 signatures. So what I did here is I seen so many YouTube videos that I apologize, I can't remember where I seen it. I must have watched about 60 or even more YouTube videos to get inspirations and ideas. I seen something like this on somebody's channel, you know, the pocket here, and I can't remember where. So I apologize for that. If it's somebody who's watching this video, please feel free to say it was me, so that everybody can go over there and check your channel out. Anyway, so for the front cover, what I did was I used some metal corners that I had in my stash. All of this I had in my stash, and I used some fabric, and then I put some cheesecloth, and then I put my little pocket here, and I had an old zipper. I used some lace inside of that. This is an old tag I sewn on that. It's this dress in the back, so that goes back in there. Somebody can journal there. Then here I just did, you know, like little booklets. It says "because I said so," and that's a little, you know, for journaling or whatever, and that goes in that little pocket. And beautiful things, little booklet type thing. I use a little hitch post here, and then I had this fabric, and I put that for the spine. I have this charm. It's got a lot of stuff. As you can see, I have this plastic, and I made like a dress form and believe in yourself. It has a ruler. Let me bring this closer so you can see it. It has a ruler, a dress form. It has some metal charms, butterflies, not sunglasses, little eyeglasses. It has this, and what I did was I printed it out on this plastic, and then I baked it, and it made a really hard plastic that I just used as a charm. I have a thimble, some beads, little cuckoo clock metal charm, a key, flower, some more beads, oops, some more beads. It has a lot of oh, a pair of scissors here. It's really chunky. Scissors, a little heart bead. So it has a lot of, it's really chunky. And then for the back, I just left it like this, and I have a little Handmade by Danny, and I used that plastic, so this is like a little hard thing. I used an eyelet here, and I used some silk or satin ribbon for the closure. So let's get right into it. All you do is press it a little, and this is pretty chunky. It's a chunky book. So you open it up, and but although it's chunky, you can still very well write in it. So I have a pocket here, and it's got some lace, and made a booklet. I'm going to try to go really fast. To dress inside, I use my decorative corner punch. And then this is pretty cool. This is a vintage book, and it talks about different thimbles, and this is from the 19th century thimbles, and it talks about the thimbles, what they look like in 1932, all the cool designs, and in the back it's just distressed and plain. So you'll find that throughout the book. Here I made an acetate pocket, and this is just a postcard for journaling. And I have a paper clip here made out of tulle. That's always fun. And oh, and this says, I have enough fabric. Set no seamstress ever. I thought that was cute. Some lace. It has a lot of lace throughout. This is another tag. This is actually from an old magazine. I think this was a 1973 magazine. And it just says, beading 75 cents a yard, and ruffles $1 a yard. Talks about fabrics and stuff, and I backed it on some decorative paper, and that goes there. Of course, I'm working. It's a power tool with thread, and I did some stenciling and some decorative edging, more paper for journaling. I had some pattern paper. This is the actual pattern paper, and I put it there because I love the sound of it. But you can actually write in it too, because I sewed it together. It's doubled. And this is one of the pattern, the packaging of the pattern where it was in, and I just copied it, distressed it with coffee, and that's it. I sewed here a pocket tag, and I just distressed this article on basic sewing kits, and that goes in there. This is a little flip up. I'm gonna try to go fast because if not it'll take me. I did some stamping. This is an old notebook that I found at the thrift store, and it's really old. It's one of these. It's sold, and it's funny because I found a little note in here, and it says, I give you this so you will be able to take notes to remind you of how you can treat me better and not ever forget it. And I thought that was so funny in there, but it's so old it's yellow, so I've been using some of that for journaling on my journals. It's got a little flip. This is a little pocket with a little tag in there. Mess with my fabric and I'll rip your seams out. It's got some tracing paper, another tag. Talks about more thimbles from the 18th century. That came out of an old magazine, or the thimble book that I have. Put a little key charm dangling from that lace there. An article about sewing. This is a little envelope. It's got some stuff in here. Patterns. Old pattern. This talks about sewing teddy bears. Another little pocket here. Little tiny postcard. I just thought, take a little note. And I got another little paper clip with another one of those sewing machine, and this little tag says, The soul should always stand ajar, ready to welcome the ecstatic experience. And this is a little tiny booklet. And this is some little booklet of some ladies, very fashionable, and it's in a belly band. More paper, stamping. Some old, this is a little bead that I put on the lace. This is some old paper from a magazine. This is a article on the Singer, $17.95 for the machine. Wow. Can't get nothing for that price anymore. More paper. This is a flip up, also a pocket sewn. Did a lot of sewing. Another tag. This lady with her machine, and this is one of those flip ups I seen somewhere. Another one of those thimbles, and this one is from 1908. Talks about the style of those thimbles. This is a little glassine bag that I'm sticking it into, and it also, you can stick something in the bag too, but I'm sticking it in the bag itself. And this is some music paper that I just bought, an old music book, and 3 yards for $1, satin ribbons, lace 3 yards for $1, satin ribbons 4 yards for $1. Can't find that no more. And this is more paper. All the paper is coffee dyed. When life throws you scraps to make a quilt. Another article. This is a flip out. More lace. A little doily here to serve as a little tuck spot. I like the color of this. Patterns. More of that. Another little glassine bag. And I had these cards. I just put some fabric on it. Made a little, punched out a butterfly. This is a pocket, another one, and this is 1913. And I added some of that fabric there. This is a tuck spot, has nothing in it, stamping. Another one of those clips with a little scissors, little banner. This is a little ticket. This one says, the future belongs to those who believe in the beauty of their dreams. This talks about how you can sew that lampshade. Another envelope. This is talking about that. This is an original magazine. Talking about that Singer machine. So it has a lot of places and tucks and pockets. And now this won't go in. A lot of lace. This is another little clip, little envelope. Oh, I put a ticket in here. So cute. And this is a flip. And that goes right in there. That's a little flower. This says Hall nickel plated needles, Sharps, Elephant brand Sharps. Number 610. That just dangles there. More tracing paper, more stenciling, stamp paper, another flip. These are more tags. Go in this glassine bag. I put washi tape on it. Other side, more paper. Oh, this is a little muslin bag that I sewed on. Another one of those cards that I attached, and you can also put something in the back. So it still has a lot of room. This is a buttons card. Another clip. Fold out. The other side of that. As ye sow, so shall ye rip. I went to Google and I started Googling funny sewing phrases. This is another acetate pocket with some lace. You're so sweet. And that's sewn in. Like I said, I want to say I did a lot of sewing on this. And I just took a little dress form here and made a pocket, and I put a Betty band. It's like a measuring tape. That's another big tag here. You just and it says, I love sewing. I have material witness. This is just a little flip. More tracing paper. This is home patterns. And this is part of the pattern. I cut it out. I double backed it up on some cardstock and sewed it to give it more stability. This actual pattern. This is a little pocket here with a postcard. Put some trim there. Another little flip. And more pattern of that pattern paper. And this is more writing space. Another envelope that has some buttons card. Goes in there. I put some lace, punched it out. These are some patterns of some magazines. Back in the day, they used to, all the magazines used to come with some patterns, like the craft magazines. They used to come with patterns in the center, so I just cut some up and put them there. And more paper.